Hey everyone, I'm Greg from East Coast Eyes. We've taken a brief hiatus, but we're back with a review of the Axis full stick. This one is pretty cool because from STX, it's the first ever draw specific stick. So in the men's game, they had the first ever Fogo stick, the dual. And so I've taken that same mentality, brought it to the women's game. And this is the first ever stick specifically designed for the women's draw, which I think is pretty cool. And from filming highlights, you can see that the draw has a huge impact on possession and who wins the game, and it's even getting more intense. You're seeing draw specific players now, and so it only made sense the next thing will come is a draw specific head. So the whole system together, you get the Axis shaft, Axis head, and a strung pocket for $250, which is a little more than some complete sticks, but it is their newest and nicest tech, and the shaft is really nice too, so it makes sense that you would pay a little bit more. So the features that are going to make this draw specific. Number one is it's ultra stiff. It's got their Endurform plastic. It is much stiffer than other field heads that I've felt that lots of girls are using to face off with, and that means it's not going to bend. The other player's not going to be able to push through it, and you have a better chance of grabbing the ball and directing it in the way that you want. So that's one great feature. Number two, they have this really specific face shape. So you can see it goes up really, really straight. I think they push this thing to the max spec of the rules to make it stay as straight as possible for as long as possible. And you can look at that compared to a normal face shape, how much tighter it is. And the reason for that is that when you're doing a draw, they wanted it to be able to nest inside of the other player's head. So they want this spot where the ball is going to be inside of the profile of the other head, and therefore you're going to have a tighter or more quick grip on the ball, and I think that makes a lot of sense. They've got a great diagram on their website that shows that, and I think that's absolutely going to work by having that tight face shape. And the final thing is what they call the draw claw technology. So you can see there's this little fin here on the bottom that sticks out. It's got a stringing hole, but it doesn't look like you're really supposed to use it. And what the purpose for that is you have the ball in here and you go to do the draw, it's gonna grab on to the little draw claw right here, give it the ball something to hook onto as you're going up, and pull it in whatever direction you want. So they've got a trio of technologies there that are gonna make it better for the draw, and it really does seem like it would help. Finally, a couple other details. They've got the speed scoop, which is a really nice scoop for ground balls here, protects the strings. The pocket is not great. They're pre-stringing these with their Crux Pro mesh, which I've tried before and really like. This is more of a generic pocket, and they do say that this is absolutely a draw-only head. So you could play a little bit of offense with it, but not a lot. They really say that you're gonna wanna take only draws with this. You could probably play defense with it okay since it's so stiff, but offense is gonna be challenging with this head, and they've definitely noted that. One other thing they have is a shorter throat to get your hand up closer to the plastic for more control when you're doing the draw. And so the pocket is a little, you can see the ball move around a little bit, but again, it's very draw specific. Looking at the shaft briefly, they have a couple things going on here. Number one is the 10 degree. This is a 10 degree head, so you're gonna get that advantage from STX. And then they've got this raised grip at the top where your hand would go for the draw to give you extra traction, especially when it's raining or your hands are sweaty. They have the same grip down here at the bottom, same thing, just a little extra grip, and it feels really nice. And they've also got a shape transition from more of an ergonomic shape at the top to a more cutaway shape down here at the bottom, just to give your hand a little bit more grip on. So overall, it's really cool to see a draw specific head for the women's game come out. I'm looking forward to seeing how it works on the field this spring in highlights. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you think a draw specific head is a good idea. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try and answer them. Finish the life if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and have a great day.